Hello everyone, this is Battle 15. Welcome to Let's Discuss The Walking Dead. This is for Season 4, Episode 8, the mid-season finale. So, first off, a little correction to something I said last week. Um, with the Walker Pete that was down in that pond or whatever, I watched the repeat that they had right before the season finale, and I did notice that he actually did have a chain around his left ankle that I didn't see before. So um, that is, of course, the reason why he didn't float all the way up to the surface. At first, I was kind of surprised that he didn't kill Michonne right away. Um, but when they were having that little talk with Herschel, Michonne, and the governor in the RV, um, I did think that he was kind of being sincere when he said that, you know, okay, hey, she was dead. So in a way, I kind of forgive you. I think he was kind of being sincere in that. Um, but of course, anything that Herschel was saying to him, he just kind of blew off, which of course was really unfortunate for both of them by the end of the episode. But um, yeah, I was just a little surprised that it didn't go the way that I was thinking that it was going to go last week. But then again, he really didn't have a chance to do it that way. And plus, in his mind, I think that everything was going to work out exactly as he had planned it, and he had no kind of thoughts as things going semi differently. And of course, when things started to go a little differently than he had planned, that's when he basically went psycho again. So Daryl took the Carol disappearing thing a lot better than I thought he was going to take it. Um, I don't know. Maybe he's kind of matured and stuff, like over the course of the seasons, but I still expected him to at least hit Rick. Um, and of course, with the thing with finding Tyrese down there, I noticed that they really weren't in a hurry to tell him exactly what happened. But I was a little surprised that they found the rat skin or mouse skin or whatever that was down there. I still think that it's Bob. Um, I I kind of think that it might be Bob because he might have actually been cradling some of the rats and stuff in that little wooden box or cardboard box or whatever that he had. The one that he was trying to hide from Sasha when she was talking to him to thank him and stuff. So um, I still think that he might be a plant, and I'm not sure if maybe he had like a cyanide or whatever that I was talking about last week, where I was thinking that that's the way that that one group got killed, that the governor ran across. Um, but anyway, with the shell that they fired from the tank, I think that it was kind of a wasted shot. I know that it was supposed to be something like doing a shot across the bow of those guys trying to get their attention, but um, I'm sure that they could have done something a lot less than they have to fire off one of those shells. They could have probably just all of them sat out there, and the governor could have actually just yelled into the prison. That should have gotten a couple of people's attention. So, and really, I was kind of thinking about it. I can't believe that nobody noticed a line of cars and a tank rolling up right in front of them. You would think that somebody at least would have noticed that, but hey, whatever. So, um, and I'm kind of wondering, two things about the tank. One, exactly how many shells could they have carried in that thing? Um, Even fully stocked, I would say that it had no more than eight. Um, and I'm not exactly sure if he would have just bothered shooting the tank's gun just at buildings and stuff with no real purpose or whatever and wasting the shells. Um, the second thing is, who the hell would own a 1971 tank from the military anyway? So I know during the Talking Dead that they were talking about how it was somebody's private collection one. But I'm thinking like uh, from an actual military standpoint, who would own that? Because even militias, like state militias that have tanks and stuff, um, they would have like a M1A1 Abrams tanks because if you've ever heard about it, they have so many M1 tanks in the military that about half of them are sitting out in like the Nevada desert, just getting sand and rusting and stuff. So it's not like they could not afford them because they would not have anywhere to go with them. So, um, but yeah, that's just one of the things that I think about the tank. Um, the other thing, not really a thing with the tank itself, but um, when the episode was nearly over, when Daryl threw that grenade down the tank's barrel, um, it took a long time for that grenade to explode. I think. Um, I know it wouldn't have gone off in like 2 seconds or whatever, but um, yeah, it seemed to be down at the bottom, almost it seems like for eternity. So, um, and what I'm thinking from the prison, they should have known something like that would happen. Maybe not with a tank, but they've already been attacked by people with some pretty heavy artillery. So you would think that somewhere they would have like a World War One style water cooled machine guns, like set up like in the towers or on top of some of the buildings, or kind of laying low down in some protected areas or whatever. Or at least somebody would have like one of those grenade launchers from like Terminator 2, something with a little more stopping power than say a regular machine gun. So, speaking of machine guns, um, I kind of wonder exactly what those guys were firing. I did not take a look at it. The ones that were shooting at Daryl when he was carrying that dead walker like in front of him as a shield. Because I'm thinking that some of those bullets should have crossed between the dead walker that was in front of him and hit Daryl. I know that they did it kind of almost for dramatic effect, but not a very realistic thing because if they were firing from like AR-15s, M16s, AK-47s, whatever. Then some of the bullets should have gone through. I think the same thing would happen with shooting from like a 30-06 or whatever. Because you kind of got to remember that the bullet that went through the deer in season 2 that went into Carl, that was shot from a 30-06. So, I don't know. Maybe they were using like MP5s. Of course, I didn't see that. Uh, Something with a smaller caliber handgun type shell, like maybe a 22 or 38 or something like that. Or maybe they were shooting from like a AK-74, but uh, I don't know too many collectors that would have it because at least here in the States, because bullets for AK-74s are a little harder to come by. But going back to the governor and his militia group or whatever that was holding Michonne and Herschel down outside the fence, I do think that Rick did a pretty good job delaying him. I think what Daryl said when he was up there, the reason that they only had a couple of actual fires up there was because most of the people either got onto that bus or I think he said something about some of the people like actually exiting out of the back of the prison like uh I think through that one hole in the fence. Um I don't know if they fixed that. Of course I wouldn't know now because who would bother going back to show that one particular part of the fence to getting fixed, but um, I do got to say that the walker that came out of the ground and took down Megan, that one was probably the scariest walker that I've ever seen on the show. Um, the only thing that comes even close to that, I think, would be when Beth's boyfriend was trying to get out of the RV at the end of season 2. Uh, as soon as he opened the doors, there was a whole bunch of walkers that came in. Um, that is the only thing even close, and this one definitely tops it. Because who would have ever thought that there'd be a walker like I don't know, like a foot and a half or whatever, like um, under the beach, you know, geez, something like that would be just completely messing with your mind if it was real. Um, I just don't know what to say about it because it was just something that completely took me by surprise. Like a lot of people, I was kind of upset that they decided to make Herschel one of the people that died. I know that he kind of had to go in a way. More so, I'd say, um, from his actual age than from the comics itself. Because in the comics, he did not last nearly this long. He actually stayed on the farm, I think. I think Glenn did too, but yeah. Unfortunately, I think he had to go. Kind of upsetting still, but hey, whatever. So, um, and one thing that kind of struck me with the governor and the sword was that why wasn't his slice powerful enough to take off Herschel's head. Because, I mean, it's not like a real katana would be strong enough to do it because, hey, that's basically how they practice is with rights bands and stuff that are supposedly the consistency of human necks, and you should easily be able to slice through those. David Morrissey is not exactly a little guy, um, and the thing that kind of that I can kind of relate it to is being like in t-ball and having the ball perfectly placed and stuff and swinging an aluminum bat, but still not being able to get it out of the infield. Of course, if you were hitting like a wiffle ball, I could see, but um, not a solid object. Um, so he should have easily been able to go right through his head. Not take multiple swings or whatever to do it. So I kind of wonder how long it's gonna take Tara to figure out that Alicia is actually dead, or if she's really not going to be able to handle it, or if she's just not going to be able to accept it, or whatever. Um, Plus, I kind of wonder if when she starts to accept it, she'll actually find out that it was the little girls that killed her. The fight between the governor and Rick was pretty epic, I think. But maybe it was because of the katana and stuff and the eye patch. I kept thinking that Rick should go like a Kill Bill on his ass, you know. Um, I don't think that he could have taken his eye out with like just a poke or whatever, but his good eye. I think that he should have at least tried to dig it out with like his thumb or whatever. But um, of course, had to kind of leave towards the end with him getting run through with the sword by Michonne, but uh, yeah, I think it would have been better if he would have been choking Rick, and as he was doing it, Rick would try to pry his hands off by, grabbing his wrist or whatever. Then Michonne would have come up and sliced the governor in two, like Darth Maul style, but I don't know. Maybe the graphics department couldn't get that done in enough time, or maybe there was cost issues or whatever. So, um, I think that might have been a little better because then, of course, he would die, no matter what. So, um, and I don't think at the very end of the episode, when Lily came up, I don't think that she shot the governor in the head. Um, I think in a way, because she did, excuse me, um, because she did kind of care about him. I think she might, you know, shot him like a, uh, I don't know, like in the heart or something, or maybe somewhere in the spine or whatever. I think she would have left him alive just long enough for him to actually start feeling the walkers around him, kind of biting on him and eating him and stuff. Just so that he would have to feel it a little bit. Um, Almost kind of like an FU for getting so many people that she had known the last couple of days to, get killed. Getting Megan killed especially, and then basically losing her sister. So, uh, that's kind of what I think about that. So, I do agree with Chris Hardwick that Judith, almost said Lilith, but Judith, I don't think that she really died at the end of the episode, or you know, well, towards the end or whatever. So, um, I think, excuse me, that probably somebody from the bus went and took her. I think they just left the baby carriage there. But I do think that somebody came out of the bus. Maybe it was Glenn. Maybe it was one of the other people that saw the baby out there and just went out there and picked it up. That's what I'm thinking. So, because I was watching the rest of the episode, like when it was the rerun, especially for that part, to see if there was something else that could happen to Judith. And what I think happened is when one of the governor's militia members was kind of in the area, like right after Maggie and Glenn had gone out and were heading towards the bus. I do think that one of them actually was kind of shot and fell down, kind of in that area. So, what I think happened is, of course, one of the people came out of the bus and picked her up, but um, I think that in their mind, what they probably thought was that, okay, who knows when a walker would come around? Who knows when this particular person would actually turn? That kind of thing. So, um, what I think they did was they went over and picked it up, and when they did pick her up, they just left the body there, and of course after a while it resurrected and just walked or just brought itself up and walked away, that kind of thing. So that is the reason why I think there was a whole bunch of blood in the carry on was because when that person got shot, their blood had to go somewhere. So, um, yeah, who knows exactly what's going to happen? Because if the baby survived, she'd just be covered in blood. So, um, but I'm kind of hoping that Judith actually did survive. Um, can't say, of course, 100% now, but um, that's the way that I'm thinking that it played out. So, um, that's the way that I'm hoping that it went. So, um, and when they showed on the Talking Dead, one of the preview shots for the mid-season premiere when it comes back, at the beginning of February, if you don't know, they showed Carl just walking back, trying to lead those two walkers with him. Walking backwards, I know they've said it on the Talking Dead many times before, but um, yeah, walking backwards, that is a really bad idea. Because you just can't see where you're going, and if you trip, you're dead. So I'm I'm kind of glad that every once in a while he just turned around and was walking normally and would actually just look over his shoulder. But still, I think they could end really badly for him. Well, it's been about 25 minutes now. my voice is getting a little sore, so I think I'm gonna sign off for now. This is Bill 15, you've been watching Let's Discuss The Walking Dead. This has been for Season 4, Episode 8, the mid-season finale. So, I will see you back for this February 10th for Episode 9. So, I will see you later.